Let's go on an adventure. G'day to all you lovely people and welcome back to my channel. I'm Kathy and today it is time for Movie of the Month for September, and that is this, The Never-Ending Story. This film is suitable for all ages, but I think adults will love it just as much. Well, I definitely do anyway. It came out in 1984 and it is based on a book by Michael Ende, a wonderful book actually. It is directed by Wolfgang Petersen, a German director who has also directed films like Poseidon, Troy, and I think The Perfect Storm. This, however, is his first English-speaking film. The main cast are children and some magical creatures, because if you haven't guessed, it is a fantasy film. The cast includes Barrett Oliver, Noah Hathaway, and Tammy, I always forget the girl's name, Tammy Stronach. The plot involves a young boy, Bastian, played by Barrett Oliver, who is an avid reader, lonely, and also being bullied at school. He finds this book at a bookstore called The Neverending Story, and together with Bastian, we journey into this magical, fantastical world where it appears that something called the Nothing is slowly degrading this world. And a hero in the book called Artreo is looking for a solution to push back the Nothing. That is all I can say about the plot without going into spoilers. I always loved fantasy and science fiction films because they were so fantastical and imaginative, but there were very, very few good fantasy films. I think at the time Legend and Dark Crystal had come out, which were very popular, but I thought both were atrocious, to be honest. I cannot say that about this. This film is utterly charming, absolutely delightful. It is imperfect. There are certain criticisms I can make of the film in relation to, say, the special effects, which are really dated. Even back then, I remember watching it thinking, wow, some of these magical creatures look a little cartoonish and fake. However, the way I viewed the film was that we are looking on this world through Bastian's eyes, a child's eyes, and this is how he imagined these creatures to be. And I found that way I could accept that they weren't as whiz-bang amazing as, say, some of the special effects that you watch today. And you have to remember that this film came out in 1984 and the effects were not as, as slick and professional as they are today. I don't think it detracts from the film at all. I think it is the story that is wondrous, amazing, original, so different from anything else I had seen or thought of actually. And I think one of the reasons I absolutely loved this film is that the character Bastian reminded me very much of myself, of getting lost in books, in the magic that is books. And this film very clearly illustrates, to me anyway, the power of books, the power of our imaginations. Because what we are watching is Bastian's imagination of this world that he is reading about. And that is not something you often see in a film. Usually the two are so separated that books are so different from a film, and yet this film bridges the two. It shows us visually what we imagine when we read a book. I loved the children in this. And sometimes child actors don't do a great job. Yes, which one was it I saw several years ago? The Last Airbender? Oh, that child was atrocious. But I loved all the children in this. I thought they did a wonderful job in conveying this sense of urgency that the nothing was going to take over this land. And Bastian, as the reader, being as emotionally invested as the characters in the book. And some of these magical creatures, like Falcor, I think, are invested with their own distinctive characters, which is so hard to do usually. I think so anyway. And yet we know that Falcor is a gentle giant, for example. This is a beautifully done film. I loved the music in it, particularly the song called The Neverending Story, which was very popular back then. I thought the visuals were also really good, though as I said, not perfect. But I won't deny that it is the story that carries this film, that makes this such a wondrous, amazing journey. Now, there are sequels. I think there are at least 2. I don't think they're worth watching. I've seen both and they don't come anywhere near to capturing the magic of the original film. I highly recommend The Neverending Story. I think it is a film that will charm anyone, including children, particularly those who love reading. I think they will relate very much to the character of Bastian. Let me know if you have heard of The Neverending Story, if you have seen it, and what your thoughts are on it. You know, I always love to hear your opinions. Well, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. And as usual, you can like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. I hope you all have a beautiful day, and I will see you next time. Bye.